I guess on the same note, so is AI replacing people? And this is something a lot of people are worried about. Is this going to come to fruition in a lot of the middle level management and low level marketing and lower level kind of clerical jobs where in the last year and a half it's been able to come in and do a lot of the work? Do you think it's going to just completely clear out this whole entire section of the economy? Or is there going to always be a need for some sort of human interaction in there? I guess this is a philosophical question slash from a practical perspective too.
Yeah, I think this is kind of singularity territory, in that we are, it is difficult to know precisely what that's going to look like. And there are certainly things that AIs can do that would have been human jobs. Now, it's much more likely to be the case that you don't take the human entirely out of the loop, but you might be able to have a human supervising, like 10 AIs, or supervising one AI doing 10 times the work of what kind of humans that are building simple things or doing simple things are doing. But it's not only the thing is it's not only kind of like menial jobs. You would think, oh well, menial jobs get replaced, but I mean we're talking about like what's a great fit for AI? Radiology. Radiology goes down to like comes down to looking at images and extracting and pattern matching on images. Like that's what's written on the tin for neural networks and for kind of like machine learning in AI. It's pattern extraction and looking at somewhat like difficult patterns. And it's like, well, what's the place for radiologists? These are people you would think, oh, they're going to replace menial people. Well, you can be making $300,000 a year, and all of a sudden, your AI can do it for 10 cents an image, probably less. So, yeah, I guess that all comes down to the fact that like we don't really know. And I think that one question that we need to be asking, particularly with respect to proprietary models versus open models, is where does it all go? Okay, if we have unlocked the ability to generate economic activity in a way, and that's all like good stuff. It's cool if we don't have to do menial garbage all day every day. Like if we don't need people to do that because they can focus on things that matter, like hanging out with their family. But also, it's like, well, where does this economic, like where does the productivity end up? Where does it, like it goes to distribution, and it goes to like who owns what? And these are really big questions that we do not have good answers for. And yeah, it's one of the reasons that I think the open models are important, and I am team open model, is because we can be freed from a lot of things, but I don't want to just transfer who owns me from the kind of the menial stuff that I do to get dollars to like become a serf of somebody who owns a model that's now doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's that, yeah, you just summed up a lot of feelings I have about a lot of what's going on right now. But yeah, that's kind of a great way to wrap all of that up. And I think that's a really good question that's just not, or I certainly haven't seen it asked nearly enough, which is, yeah, if we're in the middle of this great once in a lifetime economic transition, where does that money go? Where does that money go?
Hmm.
And where does that ownership go?
And
And
the data.
and yeah, I mean, well, almost physically, where does the data go? Where's the information going? Who owns me? Um, yeah.